Dear students, today we will learn about transcriptome. So first we should know about what is transcriptome. A transcriptome in a sense is refers to all the RNA content of a cell. I mean every single bit of RNA content that is present inside a cell is known as transcriptome. It can be of messenger RNA, it can be ribosomal RNA, it can be transfer RNA, you can say tRNA, it can be RNA breakdown content, any small degraded RNA content, non-functional part of RNA, just like introns, and all these things combined together is known as transcriptome of a cell. So, what you should consider when defining a transcriptome? You can define this transcriptome as a transcriptome of a cell, but that is not completely the correct answer because this transcriptome varies with time to time, and that is the most interesting factor about the transcriptome. So when you are defining the transcriptome, you should know it means all the RNA content of a cell at a given point of time, and that is the exact way to explain what transcriptome is. So now let's move forward towards why transcriptome is important. For this, you should recall the previous thing that the transcriptome means the complete RNA content at a given time. So it includes everything. It includes the coding RNA, like as I have told earlier, messenger RNA, the non-coding part, which is introns, the degraded RNAs, and so on. And all the RNA content which are present inside the cell is known as transcriptome. And all these things will directly or indirectly, uh, you know, uh, take part in the role of gene expression. So you can say transcriptome is also linked with the gene expression. So that's why it is important to study the transcriptome. So now let's have a look on the difference between transcriptome and the genome. For this, you should understand the most interesting part about the transcriptome is that it varies from time to time. It is not stagnant like genome because genome is also the complete set of genes which can you can say slightly change over the time, but still overall genome is fixed, is same, it will remain same, and the number of genes that are present in an organism are also fixed, that an offspring from a female plant and a male plant that is fixed. So everything is fixed in the genome, and the progeny should not have more than 20 pairs of chromosome in case of soybean plant. So the male plants of soybean and the female plant of the soybean and the progeny of those parents will all have the same number of chromosome. So you can see the genomic content is same in parents as well as in the offspring. So everything is fixed, and each cell, and you can say, and in each cell it is fixed and same, but transcriptome varies from cell to cell from time to time. So that is why the transcriptome is dynamic in nature. So now, have you ever imagined that a plant have different type of cells? They have, you can say, they have root cells, they have shoot cells, they have stem cells, and they have cells in the leaves and flower, and in everywhere they have the cells. So let us say these different types of cell perform completely different functions. You can say the cells which are present in the root, they only take part in the development of the root, and the cells which are present in the shoots, they only take part in the development of shoot. Similarly, in the case of flowers or in the case of any other organism. So now all these cells have same gene content, or you can say same genomic content in each and every cell. But still, why one cell helped to develop the roots and why the other cell helped to develop shoots or stem? And you can say how different cells do these things differently and why the transcriptome varies if the genomic content is same, is constant throughout the cell in each and every cell of the plant. So the answers of all these questions is that it is not about how many genes are there. It is about it is not about you can say what kind of genes are there, but it is all about how the combination of genes are expressed in those cells, and you can say it is all about gene expression. And when we mean genes to be expressed, we mean the production of mRNA or messenger RNA. And whenever we talk about RNA, all the RNA content of cell, we are talking about the transcriptome of that cell. So what is the idea that why these things happen? Why root cell is different than shoot cell? Why stem cells is different from flower cells? The answer lies in the varying gene expression of those genes in those cells. So in this case of transcriptome, if you study transcriptome correctly, then you can find that this transcriptome of a root cell is different than the transcriptome of a shoot cell. Then it is different, you can say, for the transcriptome of flower cell. So all those cells, they have different transcriptome at different time point. So the two things are very, very important to use transcriptome. One thing, we can use it to study to compare the transcriptome at a given time between species and organism. Not actually species, we can say we can actually compare it between different organisms as well. And one more thing to know about transcriptome, that transcriptome is under the control of various levels. It depends on the environmental factors and many other factors. So that's why it is much more dynamic, much more changeable. So we can compare the transcriptome of different organisms to see how they actually function and which cells perform which function and what kind of percentage of transcriptome is going on in that particular cell for that particular time period. So to understand the transcriptome analysis, we have different techniques developed over the years, and among those, one of the, you can say, the best technique is DNA microarray, which help us to understand the expression pattern of a genome or a gene, and that's what we can we can study. So this is the one way to study and compare it between organism. We can do it with DNA microarray. So let's say we have a completely different, you can say, unknown organism or unknown cells. We do not know we have a transcriptome, what kind of transcriptome that cell having, or you can say you don't know what kind of cell it is, what kind of function that cell is performing. So what we can do, again, we should do transcriptome analysis. We can compare and do transcriptome analysis for that unknown cells, and we need to check that with the normal one and with the other reference to find out the exact function. So let us say we have, for example, you can say, let us say we know the transcriptome pattern of the root cells of different plants, as you are seeing in your slide, that there are many plants, and we know the transcriptome of all those of all those cells which are present in the roots. And we also have that unknown cell transcriptome that we want to analyze, and that we need to compare it with the reference sequence of the already known reference transcriptome of the roots, and that we have, and we can find a remarkable similarity with one or two of these references. So you can find that yes, it is more similar with the root cells than the shoot cell. So in this way, we can tell the functionality of that unknown cell is a kind of developing the root functionality. So we can tell those things by comparing with the transcriptome with different organisms and also in different with further for the detection of unknown tissues that we are dealing with. So as you see in this slide, if I repeat all this scenario, that for example, there is an unknown organism or unknown cell, you don't know about what kind of function that particular cell is performing. And beside this, you also know there are different kind of plants, and you know the transcriptome of these plants. So now you have two sets. One is set having all the plants and you know about the transcriptome of the root cells, and there is a new group, another group, which you do not know what that kind of cell or what kind of that organism is performing a specific function. So what we do, you will do transcriptome analysis of the unknown cell and compare the transcriptome analysis results with the already known transcriptome analysis of the root cells. If the unknown cells also show the transcriptomic data similar with with that of root cell, so in this way you can say that okay, the new unknown cell is also playing its role in the development of the transcriptome, the development in the root. So you answered all these questions on the basis of the comparison of transcriptome analysis of both the organism. Okay. So the transcriptome analysis give us a whole new dimension, a whole new idea, or to study the molecular pattern, the molecular understanding of a biology. And so now we have separate part of transcriptome analysis in biological field, and that is called as transcriptomics, which is combined with bioinformatics as well as proteomics. Right, so these are the complete and ultra modern section of biological sciences. So you can say transcriptome, if I summarize the transcriptome and transcriptomics, the transcriptome is the total amount of RNA present inside a cell at a given period of time. It is dynamic in nature, and the study of all these materials is known as transcriptomic, which is allied, which is in alliance with the latest bioinformatics as well as proteomics tools. So this is the overall, a view about the transcriptome and the transcriptomics.